You're listening to A World of Empowerment Service from Aingeal Rose and Ahonu.
Okay, well, thanks for joining in today, this afternoon, especially when it's getting close to dinner time. We've had a really busy day, Ahonu and myself. Ahonu had given his free help program today where he allowed people to call in and have a free 10-minute session. It was the first time we've ever done anything like that, and it's absolutely wonderful. Ahonu was the first time he ever really played the role of a reader, quote unquote, and he did great. It was fun. It was one of those things that was guided by spirit, just like today is. Today is guided by spirit, and my program is guided by spirit, and it's coming out of the conditions of today. The fact that we are definitely in a paradigm split. We are definitely leaving the old world and going through the death throes of that. We've been called upon to let go of many things. For some people, it's simply cleaning out their house. For other people, it's they're moving, they're ending relationships, they're quitting jobs. The whole world seems to be in chaos. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's up, and many people are confused about the future and where do we go from here. But the one consistent thing that seems to be pervading all of this is people do feel that they're being called to get closer to their spirit. They're called to be closer and get more connected. So how do you do that? I mean, how do you go through this process that we're going through and letting go of these structures and everything that involves, because it is quite a complete death process. And when I experienced it in 2019, I mean, I was literally told by spirit, we're in it now. We're officially in the great cleanse. And all of a sudden, it showed me how illusory the outer world was and how much based on death it is, death in all its forms. The fact that nothing on earth lasts forever, the fact that people are in deep grief about loss in general and the losses in their life, that things are collapsing around them and they don't know what to do. I've had clients, every reading I had after that was people saying, what's going on? People want to know, why did I move to Australia? What's going on here? And we were being asked to choose which paradigm was going to be our future. And Source basically said, there's only two choices. You're either in the old death paradigm or you're in the eternal love paradigm. There's no in between. It's going to be that distinct and that drastic. So decide which paradigm you want to live in, because the earth is splitting, and wherever you decide to be, that's where you'll end up. So, of course, I chose the eternal life paradigm, given the two options, death paradigm or eternal life paradigm. What I didn't reckon on was what that process was going to be like in that choosing. And that process turned out to start with, I started having all of these vivid memories of all sorts of things in my life. Things that I didn't even know I remembered. Could have been something as simple as playing with Dad when I was small. Not a negative thing, a positive thing. And then I went through re-experiencing all the people who have died in my life in great detail, moment by moment. And I was flooded with all of these memories and these tragedies that I'd gone through. And I finally said to Source, what's this all about? And what Source says is, well, when you choose the eternal love paradigm, anything that's not like it is going to come up out of your cells. And that's just about all of our memories, from past lives, from this life. It all had to be cleaned out of our cells, because we're talking about a total regeneration of our bodies as well. So that threw me into a type of a paralysis for about 2 years. I've been incognito. I've been hiding out, if you will, because after seeing the degree of death and illusion on the way we've been living, I just couldn't find any motivation for creating anything new in the future. I thought anything I try to manifest is just going to be another form of the same illusion. So I just waited. I mean, I find that when I get like that, all I can do is wait. And it's taken me this long. I'm now living in Prescott, Arizona with Ahonu. We were in California. And a lot of things changed in the whole process of that. We changed house. We gave away 2 houses full of furniture and clothes and all sorts of things. And then we finally moved house ourselves. Not even knowing why we ended up where we're here. I mean, we don't know why we're here, except that it's a lovely place to be. It's a very friendly city. It's a very open city. People aren't crazy with all of the mandates and restrictions. And we were here to rest because when we were in California, we spent a good year and a half taking care of our grandchildren, and Ahonu took care of horses. And needless to say, we kind of needed a break to regroup. So that's what we've been doing. We've been regrouping, reclaiming, and so we've decided at the end of the day to just turn our lives over to Source. And really, it's just a very practical practice to do is just surrender entirely. Surrender to Source. And what that means is every morning we wake up and we say, what will you have us do today? You know, what does Source want us to do? And it's evolved into these very interesting, loving things, such as what Ahonu did today with offering people, anybody who needed help, to get on the schedule, and the whole day was set aside for 10-minute consultations, and within 10 minutes, our schedule was booked. We conversed with the most delightful people, and that's why I created the program I'm creating, because I distinctly got the message from Source is that it's time to build relationships. It's time to get connected to people, to create a sort of community. And so the thought is that since many people have been asking how to get reconnected to spirit, I thought with all the different things I've learned to do over the years, the different ways I've gotten connected, the different exercises, meditations, techniques, that I would create a program that once a month we'd all meet just like we're meeting now online, and we would do things together. Like the first month I've already decided is going to be an open Akashic record session with Source, and it'll last an hour. Each session will last an hour, but in this one we're going to kind of get an update from Source on the world, the status of things, kind of just come and look at the big picture of what's going on and what's needed. And any questions anybody wants to type in or ask of Source, we'll spend an hour with questions and answers from Source. This will give us a good heads up on what we're looking at and where we should be going. So the following month, we'll be doing something different. In other words, depending on the information we get from Source, and depending on the conversations I have with the participants, we will kind of get a heads up on where everybody is and what they'd like, where they'd like to go, and how they'd like to end up. And we will do things that will promote that. So like one month, we might just have an hour-long conversation with one another. We might just get to know each other. We might listen to each other's problems, because I intend to create an interactive community, relationships, where we can know that we can come once a month and be with people who are of like mind or who are going through the cold cleanse and what they may need. Next month, we might go into some journaling exercises, because one of the things people are encountering is, how do I get through particular blocks I have? How do I reconcile my past, for example? How do I forgive? So we may have a whole week that's just all about forgiveness and what that involves, and we will do forgiveness exercises together as a group. And it might be a meditation, it might be a journaling exercise about forgiving. It might be something else depending on what Source wants us to do. And we're going to go month to month like this. We're going to go through however we're guided to get closer to ourselves, to release the past, to accelerate our connection with our inner self. Some months we may do some chakra work in order to find out what we're doing and internally. We might also activate DNA at different times. I've just created a book of tarot spreads for anybody who's into tarot. And they're deep spreads that involve really looking deeply into parts of ourselves and reconciling that and transforming it. So obviously when we come to that month, you'll need a deck of cards. And if you're not keen on reading cards or you've never done it, there's easy ways to do that, which I'll teach you. Another month we might jump into other dimensions through quantum jumping and discover different parts of ourselves that are, maybe we want to go to a future self, maybe we want to go to a past self, maybe we want some sort of healing, and we appeal to a higher group of beings. But it's all designed to get you used to communicating and with your inner self and with your higher mind. We're looking for the higher mind here because this is where we need to go in this new world that we are responsible for creating. We don't want to go down the tubes. We don't want to go back into the past because we've been living in a death paradigm. And what that really means is everything about our belief structures has been designed around death principles. And by those I mean actually dying, but sicknesses, guilt, blame, self-loathing, punishment, ideas, anything like that is part of the old paradigm. And you know what? It's wired into our anatomy. So there's a lot of work to do in undoing all of these beliefs so that we can be free and be free to be our true I am presences. And that's what this program is all designed to do. And the reason why I'm having it be different every month is because I want to show you that there's different ways to achieve this goal. There's many ways to get close to yourself. You don't have to just be a meditator. There's ways to connect with yourself. There's powerful transformative techniques we can do around forgiveness. There's manifesting, there's expanding consciousness into knowledge beyond perception. There's a plethora of ways. There's even little ways of writing, story writing that we will do also one month that will unravel maybe an old experience that you've had in your life that needs to be transformed into a new reality. So, like I say, each month is going to be interactive. They're going to be exercises and techniques. We're going to get close to each other. One month we may read a paragraph out of a particular book and talk about it and how it relates to ourselves and the world today. But like I say, it's all designed to bring us closer to our inner selves, which is where Source is asking us to go. It's no longer about the outer world, but it's about our inner world. Because as Source said to me one day, did you remind them that there is no world? There is no outer world apart from our consciousness. And if we don't like the quality of what's being manifested in front of us, it's up to us to discover the roots and change it. So our goal is, in this program, is to go month to month, coming together as a community, coming together with the process of change and how it's manifesting in our lives. Self-discovery in a deeper, more meaningful way. So cost for the program will be $22 a month. You can register for that. And of course you can cancel on the program whenever you want to. But I hope you don't, because it's an ongoing, progressive learning process for all of us. A deepening, a getting close. It's going to be based on honesty and self-discovery. And there's plenty of fun ways to do this. Like I say, even jumping into other dimensions is fun. I'll make it fun and interesting for everybody so that you, after each session, each month, you will have learned something more about yourself. You'll have another tool for empowerment. So where do they go, Ahonu, if they're interested in signing up?
I'll put up the link there very shortly.
Yes, the name of the program is Reflections in Consciousness, and it's a monthly fee of $22 to join. It's going to be the first Saturday of every month, and I think we picked 11 o'clock, didn't we? 11 o'clock Mountain Time, that's where we are right now. So you'd have to adjust your time to wherever you are, and you'll get a link each month, won't they?
Yeah.
You'll get a link each month with the topic that we're going to, the tool, the topic, the procedure that we're going to do that week or that month. What Source has really impressed upon to me is it's time to establish relationships with each other. It's time to gain a type of a community and learn about our inner selves and become greater beings, which we all know we are internally, but maybe we just don't know how to get there. So is there anything you want to add? This is Ahonu, by the way, our lovely,
we will send you the link to join, and we'll send it by email as well as put it on social media. And I'd like to just thank everybody for supporting us all through the years. And this is like a progressive development of our service to humanity, is what it is. And we are overjoyed to be here right now, just as it is a privilege and a joy to help people be the best of themselves and to be the shining lights that they are. And in our work to date, we haven't always been clear about how best to be the best of ourselves. And this program is allowing us to help you with all the gifts and abilities that we have. And we look forward to sharing them with you.
Yes, and thank you very much. And I hope you'll join us because it's going to be diversified, integrative, and fun. Okay. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You can subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and on our website at worldofempowerment.com.
Don't miss an episode. Hit the subscribe button now.